Today, we delve into the shocking and heartbreaking story of Randy Cox, a man who suffered life-altering injuries while in police custody. His fight for justice has garnered national attention and has resulted in a $100 million lawsuit against the city of New Haven and its police department. Incident and lawsuit. On June 19, 2022, Randy Cox, a 36-year-old man, found himself paralyzed after an incident involving the New Haven Police Department. The lawsuit filed by Cox and his family alleges negligence, recklessness, excessive force, denial of medical treatment, and failure to provide assistance on the part of the officers involved. Cox was arrested on June 19th on suspicion of illegally possessing a handgun. Video evidence released by the police reveals that Cox was handcuffed and was sitting unrestrained in the back seat of a police van and not secured by a seatbelt. Cox was subjected to an abrupt braking maneuver by Officer Oscar Diaz. The force of the sudden stop propelled Cox forward, causing him to collide with the van's interior wall. Cox's pleas for help were ignored by Officer Oscar Diaz.
I'm stopping. I'm gonna check you out. What happened? What? You fell. What happened? Can you move at all?
I can't move.
What? How your leg is all the way up there?
I understand. Listen, brother.
All right, I can't move you, so I have to hold on. I'm gonna have to call get an ambulance.
Listen, no.
Huh?
Yes, but understand.
You have to go ahead.
I fall. I cannot move my arm.
All right, do not move. I can see moving your arm.
No.
Okay.
Look at my hand.
All right, hold on.
Help.
The uncaring officer, who claimed he could not pull over immediately, even after Cox indicated that he was injured and believed he had broken his neck. The officer gets back inside the van and keeps driving, leaving Randy helpless inside the van.
The subject in the van, he said he fell inside the van and he can't move. So I'm on my way to detention right now. So please, could you start me signal 1 over there?
The devastating consequences. As a result of the injuries sustained during the incident and the alleged neglect from other officers, Randy Cox now finds himself unable to care for himself and faces significant limitations in his ability to earn a living. The physical and emotional toll on Cox and his family cannot be overstated. The suit alleges that when the officer arrived on the scene, the officers involved in the arrest were seen asking him to get up and get out of the van.
Cox, either we can move you or you can wait till AR moves you.
Finally, when they realize that he can't move, they carelessly drag him out of the van.
Did he move that leg?
Look at my hand. Oh, fuck that.
Move your leg.
Just roll it over to the side.
Listen, bro.
Sit up.
I can't move.
You're not even trying.
Tell him back, I get it.
Listen.
I'm not even joking about it. You gotta get more by the shoulder.
Look.
All right.
Turn your body.
You hurt me more.
No, I'm trying to turn your body.
Turn your body. You're not listening.
You're not even trying.
There we go. Turn your body. See?
Oh, shit. Hold on. That's
Okay, now stretch out.
Come on, or we're gonna pull you out.
Slide down, my man.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, slide down so you can get out of here.
Look, if you're gonna drive me, let's start over.
All right.
That's what I like. I'll let her relax for a bit.
All right, there you go.
Almost there. You're almost there. You gotta get your shoulder.
Officers dragged Cox by his feet from the van and placed him in a wheelchair. According to dialogue captured by surveillance and body-worn camera footage, as Cox pleaded for help, some of the officers at the detention center mocked him and accused him of being drunk and faking his injuries.
You ain't cracking. You just drink too much. No, you drink too much.
Okay.
Sit up.
We ain't gonna keep yelling out. What's your phone?
I can't feel shit, bro.
Sit up.
Stop playing around.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, sit up. You're doing extra shit. Sit up. Sit up. What else did you have? Did you have some Johnson alcohol?
Listen, no.
You're not fine. How much did you Okay, how much did you have to drink?
Right after processing Cox, the officers drag him to a holding cell, all while still remaining handcuffed.
Just be fit. Peace.
You don't have anything underneath your shirt?
Oh, that's your mom. What's up?
We'll move your head, I'll take off your earrings.
Neck hurt. I don't know what she did.
Oh, don't move your head.
Oh, you're sitting all awkward. Even if something hurt, it sit upright.
If I could, I would.
Let me see. He has not.
Yeah, alright.
You see? Put your head up, guys. Here.
Your earrings, that's it. Yes.
I'm gonna tell you what should have hurt.
You're gonna charge yourself on belt earrings.
Wallet.
Laces. Wallet.
Yes. And the cell phone's in good condition.
I got it.
Excuse me. That's it.
Listen to this announcement.
Please pay attention for this important notice. The New Haven Police Department has a zero tolerance policy for all forms of sexual abuse and sexual harassment in its facilities. This includes conduct between detainees and conduct between detainees and NHPD staff, contractors, volunteers. If you have been subject to or become subject to any form of sexual abuse or sexual harassment while in the custody of the New Haven Police Department,
Yeah, this side.
you
All right, hold that side.
report a writing to any police
That's my
officer
side.
and remain
It's
anonymous.
gonna take a while.
You can also report it to the Connecticut State Police or Internal Affairs of the NHPD. The NHPD also has a zero tolerance policy for any form of retaliation against those who report an incident of sexual abuse or sexual harassment or cooperate in a sexual abuse or sexual harassment investigation.
The lack of immediate medical attention and the disregard for Cox's condition raises serious questions about the officer's negligence and lack of compassion. Calls for officer accountability. Randy Cox's family, along with their legal team and supporters, have been vocal in demanding justice and accountability for the officers involved in the incident. The named defendants, including Officer Oscar Diaz, have been placed on leave pending the outcome of a state investigation. New Haven Police Chief Carl Jacobson acknowledged the need to rebuild trust with the community. The legal proceedings. The legal battle surrounding Randy Cox's case took a significant turn when the 5 police officers charged in connection with his paralysis pleaded not guilty during an arraignment hearing. The officers faced charges of second-degree reckless endangerment and cruelty to persons. While Cox did not appear in court due to logistical difficulties, his attorney expressed disappointment at the officers' groundbreaking settlement. In a recent development, the City of New Haven and Randy Cox's legal team have reached a groundbreaking settlement agreement. A substantial settlement of $45 million is one of the largest in the history of police brutality cases. The agreement aims to provide financial support for Cox's medical needs, ongoing care, and necessary accommodations. Cox's case has shed light on the ongoing issues of excessive force and neglect within law enforcement agencies and has fueled calls for comprehensive reform measures. The case of Randy Cox highlights the profound impact of police misconduct and emphasizes the urgent need for officer accountability. At the time of making this video, Officer Luis Rivera and Officer Jocelyn Lavandier are now fired, including Oscar Diaz, the driver. This case is still ongoing. We will continue to provide you with updates as the case progresses. If you want to watch more police cam stories, subscribe and turn on notifications for more. Thanks for watching.